Chart behind me is XLM on the daily, Market Cipher B. And the last time we saw two green dots on the daily time frame, an average of 30% gains followed for XLM. That's what we're going to talk about in this video. What does price action look like? What can we expect? We do have a little bit of some bearish price action on the daily, but again, with what Market Cipher B is telling us, potentially we could see a massive rally. Also, people are throwing out numbers like $6 XLM by 2030. Is that even feasible? And if it is, what is going to be the key factor, the key driving factor to take XLM there? So make sure to like the video and let's jump in. So we'll get back to the chart here in a second. I do want to share this from thecurrencyanalytics.com Stellar Price Prediction 2025 to 2030 forecast and outlook. Looking at the near future now, of course, this is opinion, this is subjective, and this is people throwing out what they think. Not necessarily what I think. I'll give my thoughts after I go over this, but still interesting nonetheless. Looking at the near future, 2025 is expected to be a pivotal year for Stellar. I couldn't agree more. Market analysts forecast that if bullish momentum continues, Stellar's price could reach as high as $1.29. That is in 2025. So what is that? That's about a 5x from where we are currently. A bearish turn, though, so the bear side might bring it down to around 65 cents, which is still almost a 3x from where we are currently at around 27 cents. Now, they project forward a little more, 2028. They expect it to be anywhere between $1.76 and $3.36, depending on market conditions, and averaging around $2.56. And then by 2030, their most optimistic projections suggest Stellar could reach an all-time high near $6.19. Now, I'm not going to do the math here on the show or in my head, but do the math. $6.19 divided by what price we're at currently. That is a lot of X's for a top project that we know really is not going anywhere. Now, the question then becomes, what is going to drive Stellar to even be able to get in the conversation of getting to that $6.19 level, that $3.56 level? I think it's two things. The first one is obvious. It's what Stellar does. Move money, payments, right? Fastest, cheapest, fastest to finality, right? It's got all that going for a great Jed McCaleb. You got ties with Elon, with the space company. You got ties with a bunch of companies. And again, it's fast and efficient. But the other one, I feel like a lot more people are starting to talk about, as you can see here from RWA.xyz, is, well, RWAs. And rarely do people mention Stellar. And I say this like every other XLM video I do, because I still don't understand. If you just simply pull this website up, Stellar Lumens is the #3 network for RWAs. It's Ethereum, ZK Sync, which is Ethereum, and then it's Stellar Lumens with 496 million in TVL, which is currently up 2%, which is up 2% on the 30-day, sitting with a market share sitting at 4%, almost 2x that of the next one. Well, about a 1.2x next one, which is Solana. And so those two narratives, now I believe if RWAs take off, I believe that alone could take Stellar Lumens to that $4 to $6 range. Payments alone, I think, could take that much higher, but together, now we can start talking about some crazy numbers. I don't know, a $10 XLM, $12 XLM. I don't know. If that were to happen, XLM would need to grab a lot of market share. I would say minimum 15 to 20% on both sides, on the payment side and on the RWA side, and they can also both work in cohesion. All right, let's get back to the chart here. So I mentioned Market Cipher B. What did it do? It gave us two green dots, momentum wave oscillator and our bar on the bottom here. Well, let's take a look at the last time this happened. I'm going to go ahead and hide my drawings. The last time this happened was on April 9th of this year. We had that double green dot, and if you measure the move, the first leg, not even to the second leg, you can see that is a 30% gain in the price of XLM. Let's go back one more further. March 1st of 2025, green dot on the momentum oscillator, green dot on the bar down here. Also, this rally from open to wick, 33%. Now, I'm not saying this is exactly what's going to happen, but history does tend to rhyme more often than not. Now, I did mention a potential bearish, I guess the bearish setup is already played out for the most part, but this head and shoulders pattern on the daily, we had this nice breakout from this falling wedge, essentially. As you can see here, we had this on the weekly as well. We had a nice breakout, retest, and we started grinding higher. But on the way up, we created a head and shoulders pattern, which gave us a break to the downside, as you can see here. But we caught support at that 25.89 cent level. That honestly, if you go back 6 months ago, you see this exact level mapped out on my chart. This is a key level, so I would highly recommend, if price does get back to these levels, go ahead and set an alert on your trading view right now for 25.89 cents. If price gets down there, I'd be looking to enter into a long position or potentially adding to my spot bags. That's me personally. I'm not telling you what to do. Of course, we don't give financial advice here, but this has been a key level. As you can see, spikes in volumes when we hit here, spikes in volumes. The last time we came down to this level, XLM exploded 30% to get to that current local high, which is around 33.41 cents. Now, everything's fairly flat in crypto, but we know altcoins run in pods. When stable coins and payments platforms and projects like XLM, like XRP, like XNO, and all the other ones, when they start running, it's going to be a massive explosion, especially with the way things are going in Congress with the Genius Bill and what companies are doing and really nation states are doing with blockchain-based payments. And Stellar Lumens, my friends, is at the forefront of that. And that's not even mentioning RWA. So I hope you enjoy the content. If you want more XLM videos, drop a 1 in the comment section. Also, we have an entire XLM playlist. Make sure to check that out and come watch our live show Monday through Friday at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Till the next one.